I think the oil price deal supports the oil price dramatically. Without this deal, oil price would have gotten a lot below $10 a barrel. So I think what we are having now is a major support to oil prices. Yes, demand declines are significant. And yes, the deal doesn't mean that oil prices will be exceptionally high. But what it talks about is that there is a major support to oil prices. We see the markets are stabilizing, and that's very important. So, of course, we'll still have some volatility in oil prices, but the support, the floor, if you want, for oil prices is there. And that is important for stability of nations. It's good for producers and for consumers.
Hi, Kirill. It's Matt here in Singapore joining, and I wanted to follow up on that. So you don't believe that the gains that we're seeing when it comes to the oil market is just a dead cat bounce, that this has really put a floor under oil, and we can now no longer think about $10 a barrel oil anymore, as we discussed when we chatted to you last week?
Yes, Matt, I think this is the case. And once again, we will have some volatility for sure. And yes, some analysts believe that, demand decline is bigger than the existing cut. But we believe the joint action of nations showed that all of the nations are willing to act. So I think this is definitely a very historic deal. And yes, it does provide the floor, if you will, for the oil prices going forward.
Help us understand the numbers a little bit more, because everyone has been out there essentially crunching what the actual number is. Yes, of course, officially it's 9.7 million barrels, but we had an analyst on earlier today who was saying it's something more like 14. We know that the Saudi oil minister has said it's about 12.5. You were saying earlier it's about 15 million barrels a day. Are we ever going to get clarity on what the actual number is?
Yeah, Matt, well, see, I'm not an oil official, so I can be a little bit more direct on what we are seeing from analytical perspective. And from that perspective, we see definitely a cut of more than 15 million barrels, because if you count in other nations who are actually participating, including the sort of decline that we see in the US. And by the way, that's very important. And we hope also that maybe Texas and other states take some measures to formalize some of those cut measures. I think this would be good. But also you look at Norway, you look at Brazil, you look at other nations. If you add up everything that will be happening with their declines of oil, you definitely have more than additional 5 million barrels. So we are thinking it's a 15 million barrel a day plus deal. And just some of those officials in those nations do not want to, focus on this, emphasize this. So, but definitely bigger than 9.7 numbers that people are talking about. It's an official number, but the actual cut level is 15 plus.
Hey everybody, it's Hadley Gamble from our new CNBC Middle East Bureau in Abu Dhabi. Thanks for stopping by. Now, to watch more, you can try one of the videos that just popped up on your screen. And don't forget to subscribe.